You're watching Indie Style with Leah DeVon.
Hello and welcome to Indie Style. I am your host, Leah DeVon. I tell you, I get very excited when I have former guests on my show that come back and their brands have just blossomed and done so many great things. Today, you are going to meet a creative. She's a singer. She is an author. And she has created such a beautiful brand. And I can't wait for her to tell you all about what she has created. Please welcome to the show my guest, the incredibly talented Sonya Bowser.
Hey, Leah.
Hey, how are you today, my friend?
I'm good. How are you? Good to be on the show. Thank you.
I know it has like been a minute, but you have done so many beautiful things, and your career has just blossomed since we last saw each other. So let's just kind of jump in. Like as I was introducing you, I try not to tell everybody what the brand was because I want you to introduce it. You know, you are creative, you know, you sing, you write, but you are known for a particular character. Let's talk about the character and let's kind of talk about how you came up with the concept of Miss Zolie Zi.
Yes. Well, I came up with Zolie Zi. I think I created her in like 2006. I initially wrote a little book about her, about a nightlight book, and I was like, yeah, I really didn't have an image for her yet, so I kind of was just playing with the idea of the nightlight book, wrote it, and then what ended up really bringing her to life is when I was bullied on the job, and I ended up losing my job behind bullying, behind being bullied in the workplace.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I don't mean to interrupt you. You as an adult are saying you were bullied as an adult in the workplace.
I was.
Oh my gosh, that's just really disheartening. Do you know what I mean? Like that adults who should want you to win. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard the right thing. Go ahead.
Yes, workplace bullying is a real thing. And it's really traumatizing. But But really, the trauma is what created the character. Really brought her to life for me. Was the trauma and me wanting to have some type of outlet to inspire not just adults who are getting bullied, but also children who are getting bullied. And so Zolie Zi, the concept of Zolie Zi came up of her face was my niece Sarai Martin, and she has a list. So I was like, I could use Soraya, and I know she'll get bullied with her list. So I could build a story around someone's impediment and imperfections and how some people would pull that and use my story. Soray's imperfections as far as her lisp, and then she's beautiful, so they'll bully her because she can't help how she looks, can't help how she talks. So, well, since she couldn't help how she talked, they'll bully her, So I used my story as far as getting bullied by two girls and felt like I didn't have a voice to speak, felt helpless and powerless. And I turned that into Zolie Zi's story of how she, empowered herself, learned to love and accept herself with her mom's help and standing up for her to speak out and speak up against bullying. And it just took a life of its own. She just kind of inspired and empowered children all over after releasing that book based on my own traumatic experience from workplace bullying.
Okay, I have goosebumps right now because it's interesting to me because you took something that was very traumatic to you, as an adult, you know what I mean? And as an adult, we're supposed to be able to be a little more resilient than our children, And so you took the negativity from those adults that were bullying you, shame on them. That's just, I won't even go into it because that's just very disheartening. Like I said, we should want each other to win in life. And, that should be the goal. And you know how we try to teach our children, teach your children to be kind. Okay. Like that's insane. But you took this character, Zolie Zi, and you have turned her like into this like international, lovable character. And what I want to do first is I want Mikey to pull up the book. It's Zolie Zi, Miss Chit Chat Bullied Bullies. So this is the book you're referring to, right?
Yes, Zolie. Yes.
Look at Zolie. She's beautiful.
Thank you. That's
wow. She is beautiful. And so the book, you basically took the character, you wrote the story based on your experience of being bullied. I see the girls on the side gossiping. I see the little boy, I think that's a little boy pointing.
Yes. He has an interesting.
Tell us about it, the illustration.
Yes, so so I also was kind of I didn't also put this in, but also I was talked about in school for having big lips and a wide nose. So I was called bubble lip, and you can flip your lips inside out and float. And but the picture, the cover picture there, the girls gossiping are like the girls at my job. I always had something to say, and it's like you're hearing this, like, you know, I've had enough. Like, how much can a person take?
Mm-hmm.
And boy pointing is Jeremy. Now, I had a boy when I was in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
He used to, every day I would come in class. So when you see him in the book, he'll be like, Captain Bowser, Mauser, Wowzer. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, it was like every day, but it really didn't bother me. But it was something he did every day. So that's Jeremy. And then the two girls at the bottom are her best friends, and they're trying to figure out, like, how can we help Zolie, because she's afraid to tell because she doesn't want to look like a tattler. And you know, how can we help herself? So that's pretty much the cover.
Okay, you're making me cry. I just it's so difficult in life because, like I said, you know, my goal, you know, I was a teacher, you know that forever. And
yeah.
It's so interesting. I used to tell the parents when I would teach, you know, I want them to do well academically, but at the end of the day, they're going to be kind to each other in my classroom. That, to me, like teaching kids how to be good citizens. You know how people say you kind of look the other way because you don't want to be bothered? I wanted to be bothered.
Right.
And because we have to teach our kids to be kind, because the beauty of the world is being different.
Yes.
You know, so I do that. Just it breaks my heart that anybody would take somebody's difference. It's hard enough when you don't even have what people would consider something that's different, or, you know, something that makes you stand out. It's just, life is hard enough. So when you are that child or you are that adult who has, I just always say it's something special and unique, it's very disheartening. Like, and I keep using the word,
yes,
that people prey on your weaknesses. So, but we're here to celebrate you because you took this character, you have made her an international success. So you need to pat yourself on the back. You need to be so proud of yourself, because I've been watching over the years. I was like, okay, she wrote a book. Okay, all the reviews are incredible everywhere that I've seen your book. You're overseas. Let's kind of talk about how did you get that international following? Because Sonya, I've been watching you. You were like over in Europe. You were like in Africa. Where else were you? You were everywhere in schools with your brand, that doll. Tell everybody, like, how did you do that? And, like, congratulations, good for you.
Well,
yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, she garnered, like, really, Zolie, after that book came out, her book took on a life of its own. The energy of the innocence of the book, the spirit of the book took on a life of its own. And it basically started touching children worldwide, to where people were reaching out to me saying their children wanted to help Zolie Zi. Boys, girls. I mean, for me, it was like, wow, you know, she took on a life of her own. It was like she was magic, honestly. And so children wanted to be her ambassadors. Children wanted to help her. I had mothers and stuff writing me after reading her books. So for the international success, there was a lady in Ireland. I think she was in Ireland or in Scotland. She was a Caucasian lady and wrote me. She had a book. She had a book out, and she said, "I think you should take Zolie Zi to London. They will love her." Wrote the library system in London and told them, "Hey, I have a book about bullying. Would love to introduce it to your kids over there and, you know, help them. London is very hard to get in, first of all, but they read the book, loved it, and was like, we would love for you to come over here, speak into our schools. We would love to have you speak at our libraries. And so that's how that happened. It was like, and they had never seen nothing like that in their school with the students, to where the boys, they were like, I've never seen the boys go crazy. Oh, girl, you know, crazy. So it to me, so the same thing with the Netherlands. I sent her to the first Black doll shop in the Netherlands right now, Color the Goodies. I think I sent her doll, and I was like, she's a book character, and they fell in love. Ellen Brudette and her husband, and she was the first Black plush doll that's been featured in newspapers over there, everywhere. Zolie has.
Oh, she's beautiful. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, so that's how she got international. Oh, and in the Bahamas, the same thing. Shanique Williams, she wanted her to go to the Bahamas and encourage and inspire the children there. And I spoke to over 10,000 students in the Bahamas. And so she's in all the libraries. She still has ambassadors for the pageantry circuit over there. So she just took on a life of her own. There's really nothing that I had to do. She sold herself. I mean, the book sold itself, the message.
I like that you took a book. You're fine. You took a book. You took the book that had a message. Then you created a character so that kids would have something to hold on to relate to the book. You are such a smart entrepreneur. Good for you. Like, yes. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not just a pretty doll that you see. Don't get me wrong. I mean, all little girls and little boys that, you know, love dolls, they like something aesthetically pleasing or whatever, but she's got a message. I think you are so smart to do that. And it's like, when I see your brand, I'm like, that needs to be on every Walmart, Target, whatever shelf over the holidays, because it's such a positive message. Because our kids, they deal with so much pressures and just so much bullying in schools, and they don't know how to handle it. You know what I mean? It's like, I think people have forgotten that when we went through COVID and we were out of school, those kids, they missed that whole year of socialization. So now they're in their grade and they're supposed to be mature to a certain degree and deal with certain emotional things. And it's hard for some kids. And so I applaud you for this book. I love the message, that she brings. And I remember when I started seeing the ambassadors with little boys. Awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's just a really beautiful thing that you were able, and that, what you're doing is to continue to build her brand. And guys, when I hope you were listening when I asked you, how did you get her overseas? And you're like, I made a phone call. I mean, you took that initiative. I mean, I love that did you have guidance with how to do that? Or is that just something that you just said as a businesswoman, this is what I want to do. This is how, where I want to get her. How did you do that?
Well, like I said earlier, people came to me. It's like with her, people were approaching me with, hey, will you take her over here, bring her to the Bahamas? So it's pretty much like people are inviting me into their countries, because I was thinking eventually, yes, I would like to go international, but really everything happened so fast that I had to brand her quickly because she was moving too quick. I was like, I barely spit the baby out, and she's like taking on a life of her own. It's like I spit the baby out.
Yes, you had your baby doll, and
everybody wanted her. So it was like, we want her here. It's almost like an overnight success. And it's like, you're not really prepared, because you're like, I wasn't expecting it. I'm just trying to put this out there. So once someone asked me, would you do this? Then I was like, what do I need to do next? So for me, it was, what do you need from me in order to make this work? And they wanted to do the groundwork. It wasn't I was like, okay, so I just need to be there. So it was like, the mess was so powerful, and the character was so powerful in the children's lives that they came to me wanting her.
How did you feel when you saw those kids, and like the book that helped you is helping them? Like, how did that personally feel?
I feel really grateful, because I really did it from my heart. And so it helped me. It taught me that when you work from your heart, you're not looking at what everybody else is doing. When you do what you do from your heart with great intentions and with pure intentions, You don't have to sell anything because it's going to sell itself, because the intention, the energy of the intention in your heart, it reaches people's hearts. So
Mm.
they call Zolie the big hearted character because it's like her heart is so big.
Mm-hmm.
And when I created her, that was my heart. I wanted to touch people's lives from the heart.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, like I said, when you know, I know you personally, and you have always been just divinely kind and authentic. And so I'm not surprised that this this beautiful doll and this brand came into your mind and your spirit, and all of the goodness is coming. I believe as well that if you are a good person and you do have good intent, good things will happen. You just have to keep moving. You just
Yes.
have to keep going. And it's not so much like you said, trying to throw it down somebody's throat. It's like, which I've
Allow-
been putting, it's so interesting. I've been putting this a lot on my you know, social media for our show. It's like not my quote. I just say, like, you know, if you build it, they will come. It came from
yes.
a baseball movie. Mike, you'll have to tell me in the comments, or tell me what it is, but it was a quote, you know, and it's true. If you build something great, people will come, because people do need something to be inspired by. And I'm so proud of you. And I know that you also have like a coloring book that you created. Is it a coloring book you also have for her brand?
She has a coloring book. She also has her puzzles, and she has so many different products, lanyards. I mean, vision
Wow.
board. She has everything. A coloring book is going to be released in 2023. It'll be coming out in February or March.
World, I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm just like so excited for you. I'm so excited for the brand. And like I said, my goal, um, I want people to know who she is in this character. Like I said, she belongs on every shelf of every retail store over the Christmas holidays, because it's just a beautiful, beautiful brand. Do you know what
Thank
I mean?
you. Yes.
Walmart, Target, Big Lots,
Yes.
toy stores, Macy's. You know, she's a beautiful brand because she's got a message. Like I said, she's got a message that I think so many children can relate to. Um, Let me ask you this. So what's next for you? What are you planning on like doing? Are you going to continue building her brand? Do you have something else in the works you want to share with us?
Well, I'm definitely going to continue building her brand. You know, she is a twin. So Zolie has a twin brother. His name is Zolie Zi.
No,
And
I didn't know that. She's got a brother? What?
yes, twin, and she has a little sister. But
You
Zolie
better be creative. Okay.
and her, I'm going to continue her brand. There's so much more coming from Zolie Z. Like I was saying, she has a whole merchandise line. But I also have another character. I have a few other books that I'm working on. Diamond. Her books are encouraging children who love to sing and to have the, you know, you go through her little journey. You know, what you'll see when she comes up. She's such a cute little character. But Diamond's brand is up next. And I have a book about Tuyi and talking dolphins, about connecting with nature. So I have different books. I have Xavier. Her books will be coming out. She loves science. So that's another aspect of myself. I love science. I've always wanted to be a scientist and study botany, you know, all that stuff. So what's next is just doing what I do from my heart. Not really expecting anything, but just to put it out there and allow people it's kind of like a Rolls Royce car. You don't have to advertise something that's great. Put it out there, and if people want it, they'll come for it. So
Mm-hmm.
what
Mm-hmm.
I need to do is put out great things and, you know, expect the best.
Well, you took your pain and turned it into something with a lot of purpose. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's got a lot of passion. It has a lot of purpose. I will advertise again. Like I said, this needs to be on every Walmart, Target, Bell, wherever their toys are sold. And when I say that, it's because I want people to see her. And those are the big, I don't know, box stores that people see it. And this product is just as good as anything that's out there. And so I'm going to put that into the universe for you. I'm sprinkling.
Take it. Ooh, I got it.
It is just as good. You know what I mean? And like I said, I love, you know, the purpose of it. I love that you were able to, you know, some people kind of like, you know, life is hard, and it can be hard, and people can be cruel. Like you said, even as adults, you know, we go through life and people are disappointing, and you're just like, okay, what do I do next? But you didn't let it defeat you. And look at the brand. Like, stop it. Like, what? Like, And I want you to know, like, when I get to watch guests come on and just have success, you are winning. I'm so glad that I get to celebrate you. I'm so happy for you, because it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, give me a tip for success. Like, if somebody's trying to do what you are trying to do, like, what's a tip for success that you would tell, that, you know, you would give to young, you know, either a up and coming entrepreneur? What would you tell them?
Well, I would tell them to stay authentic to your true vision, because everyone's always going to have input on what you should do next or what's best for your brand.
Mm-hmm.
But it is gifted to you from God or wherever it's, because it's coming from within you. When that is gifted to you, that is a gift to you. So if you should take that gift and you should mold that gift according to what was given to you. Don't look around. Don't look at what everybody else is doing and base your success on someone else's success and how in their formula. Create your own formula and move forward with what you know works the best for you. Don't overwhelm yourself.
That is so good. That was such good. Just, you know, it's so interesting. Mikey and I will talk about how, like, I always say when we do our tips for success, it's just very enlightening. Do you know what I mean? It's so enlightening. I really feel like the guests that come on our show really are honestly giving their best tips that have worked for them to help others, you know, try to succeed in what they're doing. You know, tell us where we can find you on social media. Where are you?
Yes.
And how can we buy your book? Go.
Yes, at Zolie Zi, Zolie Zi. She's on Instagram now. I have been a little silent while I'm working on her new projects, but you can find her at Zolie Zi or on Facebook at Zolie Zi. Zolie Zi, yeah, that's Zolie Zi. And I'm also working on rebuilding her website, so that is what's next. We're redoing it and freshening, you know, up some, you know. So yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Well, we'll have her on our website. We will have you featured on our indiestyletv.com website.
Thank you.
Under our, we have a section that has like a special feature. So you will right there, and we'll link it so people can find her book. And so people can find her book and her dolls and everything that you're doing, because what you're doing is just great. Good for you.
Thank you so much. And yes, they can find her on, they could just Google her name and find her on Amazon. I mean, she's everywhere. So she's
everywhere.
Amazon. They are on Walmart.com, Target.com. Order her books from there.
Okay.
And my other books that are also on some of those platforms. Okay.
I'm going to stop like dance. It's a mess. I'm going to stop the dancing. I apologize because it's biased. But anyway, I am so happy for you, my friend, and we celebrate you and wish you just, you know, continue success, that she's going to continue to thrive, and you keep building you're building an empire. Do you get that?
Yes.
You building an empire. So you stay empowered, you continue to do great things. And, you know, again, congratulations. And thank you so much for making time to come back and visit me. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. You always have been. I appreciate you. You supported me from everything that I do. It's like you're the it's like, go, so proud of you.
Yeah.
That, you know, and that's your authenticity. You've always been authentic. So thank you so much for all of your support and love over the years.
You are so welcome. You are a good person, and my sweet friend, good things are going to continue to come your way because you have got your hand on something very special. So we'll keep watching you, and I'm gonna talk to you soon. Okay. You take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, seriously, she's amazing, first of all, because like I said, I know her, and she's just got a heart that is like, what? But the brand is beautiful. It has purpose. It has passion. And who would not want their kids to have a doll that helps inspire, and books to read about learning how to just empower yourself. So good for you, Sonya Bowser. I didn't dance. Okay. But I hope that you guys, you know, have enjoyed the show. And I'm so thrilled that Sonya made time for us today. And we're going to continue to watch her success. And so until next time, I am Leah DeVon. You be well.